Alright guys, I said I would, and I'm going to do it today. This is the pre-release deck that I made for the pre-release that event that I went to. It's not the Two-Legged Giant, it's just the regular event. I started with the red-blue with Storm Chaser Mages and some counter spells and some burn, but it wasn't landing, so I went ahead and just switched it up to black-green, something that I personally like very much. I play those two colors the most out of any other colors in Magic, so I'll let you just see the mana pool first. So I went with 7 swamps. Let's see, we went with 6 forests. Got myself a wastes and a crumbling visage. This is a very cool one. Comes to the battlefield tapped. You get yourself 1 free mana of any color that you want to your mana pool. And then, of course, it taps for the waste later on. So it's basically opening another waste, and it's very good to help cast those spells you need to cast a little bit earlier. Got that Blighted Ven there in the Zendikar pack. Actually worked out pretty well in my favor in 2 of the games that I played, forcing them to sacrifice one of their big guys really quick so they couldn't block me with the menace that I had. Alright. We went with a ramp kind of strategy with this to get those big Eldrazi out, and I'll show you guys those next. So these were my rares slash big guys that I played tonight, or that night. So I had the Sylvan Advocate, Vigilance, as long as you control 6 or more lands. Sylvan Advocate and all land creatures you control get +2/+2. Very, very strong card, and it's just for 2 mana, so worked really well that night. Definitely got to 6 mana very quickly, and got to keep it. Thought Not Seer is actually one that I really wanted in this set, and I actually pulled one. For 4 mana, one of them being, of course, that new colorless symbol. When Thought Not Seer enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and you exile that card. When he leaves the battlefield, that target opponent draws a card. So, really, really good. Essentially just that kind of duress or thought seize effect on a 4/4 body. So, really, really good card. Deceiver of Form and Bane of Bala Ged worked wonders in that game. I think my second game, actually, where I Deceiver of Formed, and the next turn I had, I think it was Eyeless Watcher and 3 Eldrazi Scion tokens out with Deceiver of Form, went to swing and revealed Bane of Bala Ged on the top of my library, and it essentially turned my Eyeless Watcher and 3 Eldrazi Scions into Bane of Bala Geds, swung, exiled 8 permanents, and then did 32 to 36 damage, I think. And the 8 exile was his entire board, so that was an instant win, and very, very fun combo that I actually got off. So, is it practical? No. Was it fun? Hell yes. Alright, so those are my big guys. These are my my ramp cards. So Hedron Crawler 2, it's a 0/1 body that's basically your basic mana dork. Warden of Geometries, same thing. It's a 4 cost Vigilance. Has that add 1 to your mana pool thing for a 2/3 body. Very interesting card. I liked it. The Vigilance actually worked out in my favor a lot of the time. Very, very cool card. Same with the Sylvan Advocate having that Vigilance. Vigilance was a very great thing to have on my creatures. Alright, had Grave Birthing, of course, from my Zendikar pack. It's the target opponent exiles a card from his or her graveyard. You get to put that Eldrazi Scion token on the battlefield and draw a card. Very, very nice instant spell. Had myself a Scion Summoner. Devoid, when he enters the battlefield, put a Scion on the field. Pretty basic. Void Attendant, again, you get to put a card opponent owns from the exile onto the player's graveyard. When you do that, you get to add that Scion token, just for one in the green. Very, very nice card for 2/3 body. And then Eyeless Watcher, everyone knows what that does. Zendikar body. Comes to the battlefield, you get 2 Eldrazi Scion tokens. So the ramp was there. It was very nice to have that in place to get those big guys out. So it worked out pretty well. I had 1 card draw card. I had some blue and stuff that I wanted to throw in, but I was like, I'm just going to stick to 2 colors. So this is essentially like your discount Tassiger kind of thing. You get to put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Very, very nice. Got to pull out some really nice cards with this ability. Then get to my removal. Had Demon's Grasp, Oblivion Strike. Had myself a Titan's Presence. Worked out very well. And same with Grasp of Darkness, another great removal spell that I got to use. And then I had my Slaughter Drone, which was my threatening Death Touch thing that I had on the board almost every single game around turn 2 or 3. So I drew this guy quite a bit, even though he was a 1/of. And definitely that nuclear deterrent for me. Very, very nice card. Next, I had my, I guess you could say my buff spells Swell of Growth, +2/+2, put the extra land on the field. Very, very nice for that ramp strategy and for the buff. Is really, really nice. Lead by Example, support 2. Put the 1/1 counters on each of up to 2 target creatures. Very, very good. Untamed Hunger, very, very good enchantment card. +2/+1 and gains Menace. Menace was the deciding factor in a lot of the games that I played. So very, very good in this set. Voracious Null, of course, this is from the Zendikar stuff. 1 in a black sacrifice creature, put 2/1 counters on Voracious Null, just in case I have to do something or have to get rid of something and do some damage immediately. For that last little swing, very, very interesting card. Liked it a lot. And my other creatures, I got 3 of the Kozilek Shriekers. Very, very good card for 1 waste. He gets +1/+0 and gains Menace. This guy won me the game a lot of the times. Getting 1 or 2 of these guys out, and then having those removal cards to make sure that they could never block me. It was good. These guys are very, very good cards. And the Stalking Drones. These guys also put a very good... I got 3 of these as well, and it was a very good presence on my board. Same, it's got that 1 waste color. Get that +1/+2 until the end of turn. Activates ability only once per each turn. Sure, it's only a once per turn thing, but you turn a 2/2 into a 3/4. So, pretty good. And I had plenty of ways to get that waste. So, yeah, that was my pre-release deck. It, again, went 3-1. Could have been 4-0 if I didn't try to force that red-blue. But, I mean, I had to try. It just looked so good. I had those Storm Chaser Mages. The Storm Chaser Mages are very, very nice cards. But ultimately, this deck was a fantastic deck. I'm probably going to keep it assembled for a little while longer. Maybe play against some of my friends and see what their pre-release decks were like. Maybe just go back and forth and play them out a little bit, see whose is the best, and yeah, have some fun with it. Eventually, I'll be putting some of those cards, especially that Thought Not Seer, into my Eldrazi ramp deck, because he's just retarded. He's just way too good to not use in a modern deck. So yeah, that was my deck. I hope you guys enjoyed your pre-release. I hope you guys continue to keep doing those events. I hope you guys have got some good polls. I'll be sharing some of my other polls a little later, I think in the next video, but this is just a video I wanted to show of my deck that I used in pre-release. So thank you for watching.